What's up, everybody? Welcome back to HotMakes right here on HotMakes. It's good to be back. It's been, man, I think it's been
2 weeks.
Holy
3 weeks?
moly, 3. We skipped 2.
Yeah, but so how did?
Crazy.
Hang on.
So
we skipped week, 2, right? But 3 weeks. Okay, yeah, I guess it's been 3 weeks. Dang. Okay. Wow.
It's been some weeks. Greetings, peeps. Says, what's up, Sean, Justin, Liz, Battlecry, Brandon,
Battlecry,
Mike, all the clips. Fix them, dude.
Fix them, dude.
We're rocking.
I'm glad to be back.
Fix them, dude.
Fix them, dude. What you got there? Oh, nice. That's cool.
I just happened to have some stuff, that was chilling, and
that is that's still one of my favorite things.
Fix them, dude. Yeah. I am sad that I missed that episode. We gotta have Fix Some Dude back.
We'll have him back. Yeah.
Anyways, it's been, yes, for sure. It's been a couple weeks. How you been?
Been good, yeah. I've been kind of radio silent the last few weeks. Not only have we not done the show, but I also really haven't been active on socials. It's because we've been trying to kind of get the house together. And finally, sort of, as you can see, I'm not surrounded by boxes this week, and I'm actually using my DSLR. So the office is kind of set up finally. I don't have to worry about that as much anymore.
Nice.
But yeah, we're still just kind of getting things settled and enjoying having our own home for the first time in a long time.
Nice. That's awesome, man. Congrats. I'm super pumped that you do. And also, I just got a notification. Thank you so much, Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew. Every time. Always here.
Andrew says, because reasons. Thanks. Thank you, Andrew.
I think that was a typo. I think that was a typo. I think he meant because raisins. We're supposed to use that to go by raisins.
That's right. That's right. I see Offset Maker Labs with us. I need to go back to Facebook because they posted a picture of a whole bunch of death racers the other day. And man, on my phone, I'm like zooming in. I'm like trying to see. So if you guys don't know this, I don't know how many people know this, but they are making Ryan and all of those the crew over there at Offset. We'll call them Offset, right?
The Offsetters.
Yeah. I'm looking to see if anyone responded right now. It was in the Death Racer Builders group, and they posted like a picture, a bunch of Death Racers, and I was like, me scrolling to see if I can find any hints or something, because they are making, creating, designing a Death Racer for me. I have no idea what it looks like.
Okay,
zero.
Please tell me it was a raisin launcher. As right
out the
Justin
back.
Says, someone get the raisin launcher out. This we need it needs to launch like entire boxes of raisins at people. Like it just needs to have like a raisin magazine that boom, 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 boom.
That would be sick. Oh, Ryan, let's see. What did Ryan say? Yeah, the base for yours is there, but the body was removed for the lineup. Oh man. I didn't even see it, so I'm not gonna lie.
Keeping it secret.
I didn't see a base that was missing anything either.
Oreo launcher would be better. Yeah.
Oreo launcher.
Yeah.
But no, I'm super pumped for that. I'm not gonna see it till we get there. It's gonna be complete surprise. It's gonna be an awesome moment. And who better to talk about that than our guest today? So we'll bring him in a second here, real quick. If you want to see any of the hot makes, and there's a bunch of them tonight, check out the link in the description below. They're already there. If you want to go see the Google Doc with episode 160.
Woo! 160, dude. We're not too far away from how many Mondays do we have between now and the end of the year?
I don't know.
I'll figure it out.
I'm retiring.
What? Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
So we got 160 episodes. Find that one. Check it out. Also, look in the link in the description if you choose to donate. We appreciate that. It goes to keeping the lights on here at HotMakes. Also, we have super chats. Now you can do all that stuff because we're monetized. Woo! Yeah, man. I think we should jump right into.
We just need to bring Sam in. Yeah,
he's with us. We just need to bring him in. Maybe leave him hanging. And oh wait, there he is. Hey, Sam.
Hey! Oh, look at that. He's in America.
Sometimes. Yes.
That reminds me of there's a show. Have you seen Parks and Rec?
What?
Have you seen Parks and Recreation, the show?
No, I'm British. We don't have anything like that here.
Fair. That's fair. No, they have an episode where they're talking about this local burger chain that has it's a very American thing. This local burger chain, and they have a child-sized drink, and it's like this big because it's not meant for a child. It's called child-sized because it's the same size and weight
size of a child. Yeah,
that's what that reminds me of.
Amazing.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely feel that in my soul. By the way, America, and that's award winning too. By the way, Sam, I just want to throw that
award winning. I cannot wait to get back out there.
Sarah wasn't even there that night, and she thinks that's so funny that she still, anytime somebody says something about award winning, or we go to a restaurant and they're like, "Yeah, we won a local award or something," she brings up that story and tells whoever's at the table about Sam Prentice.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to see the award. I can't lie. It's like, well, how can all these places be award winning? It doesn't make any sense to me.
And we walked in there with like 30 people, and that poor waitress was like, I don't know. It just says it on the menu. Like,
yeah, I mean, so when I fly to the States, I normally fly to Chicago and I stay with John Tripod. He's also my Uber driver for Earth, by the way. I'm sure you've probably seen that on social media, of course. But when we stay there, there's a breakfast place that we go to, and it was quite funny. I was thinking about it. I was like, I was definitely like saying to, don't forget, I'm back on the 26th. I'm going to be back here eating breakfast right back here again. And they were like, okay, sir, no problem, But we again, that's like the ultimate pancake house and stuff. So but it's going to be good things. We're back on the 26th of this month. There's a ton of stuff that's obviously been going on with me and China, and we need to make a blue ribbon award thing. Okay.
We need to the Sam Prentice Awards. We give those away to people instead. It's got a chicken wing on it, like a golden chicken wing.
So Wednesday, I fly to Munich to do to host another Creality event, and I'm kind of feeling like I'm the Ricky Gervais of Golden Globe Awards, and I'm just waiting to be cancelled before they don't use me anymore. That's kind of what I'm going for now, because we've got the Earth thing with ShareFest. So how many more Creality events have I got in me before they get rid? So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens anyway.
You're trying your best to get them to
honestly,
you love to push buttons. I'm surprised you've gone as far as you have.
Honestly, the first live stream we did in China, we had about 20 people behind us, and they're all going, no more, stop. And I'm going, let's give away 10K ones. And they're going, this massive panic, which was just brilliant. Because if you say it on a stream, you kind of need to try and make things happen like that, right?
You have to, yeah.
So, I mean, they've got the budget.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah,
is that how it works?
Give them
nice. Caleb's paying for us all to go to Earth.
Yeah, with Jim's card.
You said it on a stream. I said it on a stream. Come on.
I said it on the stream too.
Hey, that's real quick. This is the literally epitome of what you were talking about a second ago. This is a medium Coke from Burger King. Here you go.
The size of your
it's my little guy. Literally, he took that's a medium Coke from Burger King and was like, "Ooh, I'm drinking this." I snapped a picture real quick, but like,
you want to know like the sad truth behind this though?
So big.
They make the cups bigger, but they start adding more ice, so you actually have less drink per cup, but it's bigger cups.
Here's the trick. I always ask for no ice.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like a liter of cola right there.
Warm pop. Yeah. No, I think there's something to be said about the fact that there's people 3D printing adapters for fitting larger cups in your car because the cup holders aren't big enough anymore.
Well, the funny thing is, John just put a message up there. I don't know if you can see that. He said it's the brunch cafe that we go to.
Nice.
And asked when you're coming back. Hey, I'm making waves in the US as well as China now. Apparently,
I like how he the waitress recognized me. I don't know how. Like he's not there often.
What's missing about this gentleman? Could it be his leg?
That's hilarious. Well, I mean, but going back to China, you guys had a bunch of time there, a couple weeks, I think, in China.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we were there. We were there nearly 2 weeks, and that was just and this was all kind of born off of the back of because we spoke about it at Murph, and I said, oh, there might be an opportunity coming up. There was some people kind of talking about this possibility of doing something out there. I kind of had this idea about doing a documentary that's not really for YouTube. And we started knocking a few things around at that point and saying, well, what can we do here? How can we make this work? Long story short, I was made an offer by Anycubic to try and host their 8th birthday thing. Long story short with that, I was obviously working with Creality at that point. So I went back to them and said, hey, what have you got coming up? Because we've been talking about this German event. We've been talking about the next event for ShareFest. How does that sit with you guys? And they're like, it's a competitor, right? So they were like, no, we don't want you to do that. We want you to come here instead. And because you've had these problems with the K1, we want you to do a whole big story on actually how things are produced here at our factories. And we're going to, get you the bullet train to Wuhan, and we're going to do it. And I'm like, Wuhan? And I'm like, and I had this preconceived notion because we all know that the world press is given this kind of bad element of Wuhan is where COVID was born. They're all eating bats. It's all kind of crazy, and it's wet markets everywhere, and it's really not that at all. And throughout my experience of going to the factories and experiencing the things that we experienced while we were there, I'm actually a little bit embarrassed to have been taken in by essentially fake news. And that's kind of worrying, really, because I think we have a preconceived notion or an idea of something that might be there. And I think when the videos come out and when they're properly produced, I think you're going to see a side of Creality that maybe you think, oh, actually, I didn't quite expect that. Like immediately I was seeing things like, well, Creality don't make their own spools of filament. They do. Creality don't treat their staff particularly well. Well, they do. And actually, someone was going, well, show me the conditions, show me where they're eating. I'm like, I'm in a canteen with all the other workers eating the same food. It's not, people have this preconceived notion of, oh, well, they must have tidied up and they must have put it all on for the show. There's no way they would have got 400 K1s set up and ready to rock and roll there. Just for me to visit. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And, we saw some of the problems that Creality are facing, and there are some problems, like with any business there is. And, but it was quite a humbling experience, actually. And I think I learned a lot by going there and, trying out the food and, all the rest of it that kind of goes with it. But, there are big cultural gaps between the West and the East. It's as simple as that. But when you're a Chinese business and your majority sales are going to the West, you really need to understand your audiences. And I think that's, they got a lot out of it, I think, from me, because I'm saying, well, you're pitching it this way when actually, how many Ender 3s do we need before it becomes just a ridiculous thing? Launching another 5 printers, why? There's just a ton of stuff there that we kind
This is what I'm talking about with you. You like to push buttons. You're trying your best to piss them off.
Well, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, there was a moment where there's one of the CEOs. There's 4 CEOs that work at Creality, and one of them's called Mr. Al. And I was in his office, and I noticed in the corner that he had a massage chair, and I was so desperate to ask, "Oh no, can I ever go in your massage chair, please, mate?" And I couldn't bring myself to do it, because there's an element that, there's a certain amount of rudeness and there's a certain amount of cheek. And I just didn't feel like, it was the right time at that point. But if I go back next time, and we're looking maybe going back in April, I'm definitely going to go in that massage chair, and I'm going to have a full massage in that chair. It's got to happen now. Now I've mentioned it on stream, it has to happen.
Exactly.
No, and it looks like you kind of were all over. I think you went to not only Creality, and it's going to be really cool to see what you bring out from that. I think you're right on the preconceived notions. I think, I think there's a lot of those, and it kind of goes all over the place. Like, no matter where you go in your head, you think from what you've seen where you're going to expect, and many times it's not. But yeah, how many printers did you come home with?
So just to point that out, Justin, this is just today, right? This is just today. This has arrived. I couldn't physically get in the door when we got home. I was like, I said,
did the lava lamp come with it?
I think there might be some issues you getting in. And she was like, all right. And I sort of saw on the camera, there was the guy that delivered it, and the last printer he dropped, he gave a little kick to at the end. I'll try and get it off the Ring doorbell.
Yes, please.
He gave it a little kick just to go, yeah, there you go. Have your printers, you idiot. But there's more on their way. And of course, again, it's show us the ink. I'll show it to you in a minute. Like I say, that preconceived notion of, I was like, we're never going to, Creality don't, but do they do that? Do they make filament here? And I tell you what, that particular point of filming was really, really good, because the guy that runs the filament factory at Creality, and this is up in Wuhan, he loves his job. I mean, even though I couldn't understand a word he was saying and it was being, translated, you could tell he was so passionate about what he did.
That's awesome.
And I think, sometimes there's I was saying, I want to see the real people that are doing this job and experiencing these things. And there was the ton of stuff where I got involved doing the job, not because I thought it was funny. And inevitably, when I did the job, I ended up not doing it the right way. And that wasn't necessarily on purpose. That was just kind of like, oh, well, this is the way we do it. And you just thinking you can do it, you can't. It's like I say, hugely, all jokes aside, hugely humbling experience from start to finish. And
awesome.
I'm immensely proud of what we managed to achieve when we were out there. And you're right, we went to see Bambu Lab, which was incredible, because I was there to see Dora, really. And Dora was super sweet. She wrote me this lovely handwritten note.
Oh,
she got me some mooncake. We had to buy suitcases to bring all the tea back, because each time you go to a customer and they're like, hey, you know what, we've got this tea for you. And I'm like, what can I do with this tea? And it's like, oh, this is like $500. And I'm like, I better buy another suitcase then. So I ended up buying another suitcase to transport all the tea back. And like that's the legitimate thing, but again,
that's so cool though.
Cultural hospitality is just immense, because when you go somewhere, they want you to have food with them. We want you to eat. And I'm like, I haven't really got the time. We need to move on. I'm not going to. And Shenzhen is such a huge city as well. Yeah, tea and mooncakes. There you go. Scott knows. Scott, by the way, wonderful hand model. I don't know if you've seen my latest video. He's got hands that can do magic tricks and all sorts. So
he was also the one. There was something else with the massage table, I heard, right?
Which massage table?
The one with Scott in his magic hands.
That's it. And then, of course, we went over to Anycubic. Scott didn't come to that part, but we went to Anycubic. And then, of course, I met up with Ben, Boy in Space. It was like the second time that I'd met him. I'd met him at Formnext a couple of days prior to that. And immediately, when you see somebody and, you immediately fall in love with them, that's obviously what happened. And he ended up, we ended up getting very drunk. So bear in mind, so the Anycubic event was supposed to be this huge thing. And they put on a good show, to be fair. And right at the end, there was a typhoon that came in, the biggest typhoon that they've had in 45 years. And they shut the city down. So, we went to the mall and they were putting tape up. They were barricading stuff closed. And I'm like, how serious is this? Because our guide is just like, it'd be fine. And I'm like, and then she's going, all these trees will be down tomorrow. So they're going to be cut down later. And I'm like, right. Am I going to be okay? And people are saying, I'm getting texts from Bamboo saying, you might want to stock up on food. And I went, well, I've got these mooncakes. Wow. Is that going to be okay?
I have got plenty of mooncakes and tea to handle me an apocalypse. Yeah. So
exactly, yeah. So I'm getting all these.
You're like Woody Harrelson's character in Zombieland, and exactly. I got plenty of Twinkies.
So I was so where the hotel was is basically across the road from Creality. You can basically see the building from your window. And the lady who was looking after us was like, "Do not leave your hotel. Don't go anywhere. Don't be silly with this. It is pretty serious." So I was like, okay. So I got back up to the hotel. I rang Anycubic and said, "Send me a taxi. I'm coming." And they sent me a taxi, and I was like an hour and a half. And we had a timeline. And the taxi stopped at 5, and I think I was there at about 3:30 being picked up. Scott had gone to the airport because he didn't want to miss a flight because he would have been an overstayer. And I got to Anycubic, to this really kind of bizarre shouldn't really be doing a party, but we're doing a party. This guy started body popping, and I'm like, what is happening here?
He started
and
what?
He like there's one of the guys, he's an engineer, and he starts doing all these like body popping things.
Okay.
I'm like, this is like, what's happening? So the banquet was supposed to be external, and me and Ben were like, well, we need to get some drinks in. So they had a tour, they had a sort of tour guide with them as well. Really nice guy, and we just got drunk. And if you know Spring from Anycubic, she got drunk as well, which was interesting. Me and Ben, we just hit it off, and then all of a sudden we were shaking on this deal to have tattoos the next day, right?
I'm so jealous of this. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I'm the tattoo guy. I do the tattoo.
There it is.
What?
It was. I mean, he
Ben hit me up.
got the bad end of the deal, because he got the lesser known, the real Sam Prentice on his arm there, and you know he loves it. He loves it. It's what's this? In a typhoon with his new love. How romantic for me. Yeah, it was actually. In China, Liz. Just put it this way: if you ask Ben who his daddy is, I know who he's going to answer to. It's me. Anyway, so
all right, folks. So that's kidding.
That's how that went down. And if he wants his underwear back, no. So yes, we had a great time. And then the next day we got up, and I'm like, I can't welch on this, you know. And even to the point, you know, and again, we go back to preconceived notions about perhaps what a tattoo parlor in China is going to be like. And to be honest, it was nothing different to any Western tattoo.
Yeah, I was looking at the pictures. It looks like a regular tattoo parlor, just with like a couple Buddhas in it.
Yeah, and the guy didn't speak any English. So that was interesting.
Dude, when I got my atomic filament and Barnacle Nerdgasm tattoo, they didn't speak any English either.
Yeah. Well, he was worried because they were doing a tattoo of his wife's name on his arm, and
I didn't know you guys were married.
Yeah, no, so he got me and he got his wife as well, and then we got the Google Translate thing to make sure it said the right thing. It's not something like weird or basic, whatever it might have been. So yeah.
So we got it in Chinese.
You got it in Chinese, yeah, and it translated well actually.
No regrets.
No regrets. Yeah.
No rugrats.
That's it, baby. That is it. Yeah. So that was kind of weird. And then we had a load of kind of like, you know, Lightspeed was jumping on a conspiracy theory, which was just hilarious. And you know, all in all, it was a really good trip. And what we're trying to get done for April is the possibility of doing a influencer takeover. That's what I'd like to see in you know, early part of next year for Creality's 10th birthday. We're in talks about that at the minute. I'm going to be speaking to one of the CEOs on Thursday morning about it, and you know, it's going to be interesting, I think. And once the videos start coming out, I think people are going to better understand, because people saw like the experience center in videos with Zora. And they were like, is this real? And I'm like, everything is legit. There's no, you know, the factory is like a college campus, you know, like a big university. It's bonkers. There's living quarters there. There's a basketball court on top of one of the buildings. It's
That's cool.
Exactly. Yeah. And
can't use a basketball court during the typhoon though. Just fair warning.
Yeah. So it's bonkers. Yeah. So just to satisfy Mr. Voron over there, the dates for that are actually early April, so it shouldn't clash with Remurf.
Okay.
So you know, so it's between the 5th and the 10th. So it will be basically me not being in the UK for a month.
Jeez, dude.
if this ends up happening. So you know, it's all good.
I bet your wife's loving that with the little one.
My wife, I don't think cares. I think
you don't think?
Yeah.
I thought you were back home.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm back home, but you know.
but I still haven't talked to her in days.
Yeah, she's like, more 3D printers, Sam. Seriously? I'm like, yeah, sorry about that. She goes, I can't even get in the house. I'm like, okay.
Tell her you could 3D print her a husband to hang out while you're gone.
Exactly that. Exactly that. I'd hate to think of what that would look like, though, Caleb. To be honest,
kind of like the guy over your shoulder there.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was another thing, right? That was like a thing that was, and even now, Creality is still dining out on the real Sam Prentice standees in their studio, which is kind of weird.
That is so funny.
Yeah, it is. I tuned for some reason because of the time differences. I kept waking up at like 3 a.m. and I'd just check my phone, and then Creality are live, and then I'd just see one Sherry with the 3D printed bust of my face and this thing in the background, and I'm like, oh my god, seriously, guys, they still.
That's fantastic.
But it's good. We've made some really great friends out there, and really good contacts. And I think what we've got here, we've got Bambu Lab stuff, we've got Anycubic stuff, I've got some other bits and pieces that I might not be able to talk about that is coming as well. So it's cool, man. It's been a unique experience, and I'm the most famous YouTuber with the lowest numbers. So
yep,
whatever, right? Whatever. I mean, people. Nice. There was a rule years ago.
It's about cool experiences, not about subscriber count.
Yeah, you can only work with Anycubic if you had 10,000 subscribers, and I think again that was another theory that somebody came up with one time, and it's just not the case. I think it's about being useful in the community and being able to share the good word of whatever the topic might be in that day. So yeah. Amazing.
I gotta stop. I will be right back, guys.
You're not gonna go for a wee, are you?
No, it's very hot in here, and I'm gonna go check the thermostat.
Oh, okay,
I'll be right back.
You know who I miss? I miss Geary.
Anyways, Geary's gone.
What do you mean he's gone?
Geary's taking a break.
Is he? I heard he's in prison.
Hey, speaking of Bambu Lab. Yeah, no. Geary's been he's in tech jail. But you were at Bambu Lab. You got to see some of the cool stuff there. But is there anything you could talk about from that side of things? Like,
yeah, sure. So I've got the printer that you've got in the background of your video.
Yeah, nice.
I joke, of course.
It's right
don't
up.
line up though. Whatever you do, don't line up. Yeah. So we were there to see Dora. That was the primary thing, because Dora used to work for Focus. We had a really good, strong relationship with her. She's now in customer service at Bambu Lab, and we were told that Dr. Tao wasn't going to be there, and we weren't even filming. We weren't doing any of that. We were just literally there just for a visit, and they are about an hour away from Creality, so the city is huge. Right. It's phenomenally big, to take your word there. Very big. Yeah, very, very big city.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. And to get from point A to point B is quite difficult. And they're in like the tech haven. Creality are in kind of like a lower end of Shenzhen, and the Bambu Lab are in the high tech place. But they're about to move offices. So what they've got there is quite a small office actually. And weirdly, the Chinese like to do this thing around lunchtime where they all just take a nap. So we're in this meeting room, and the door's open for us to leave, and everybody's asleep. But apart from the sound of Bambu Lab printers just printing next to people's desks.
So they're sleeping at their desk?
Yeah. So that's
so it's just kind of a common thing that everybody takes a nap for lunch?
So Scott...
I already do that.
Well, at lunchtime. It's like a siesta.
At lunchtime?
Yeah. It's like
I eat a bunch of food for lunch, and then I fall asleep for like 45 minutes, and then I go back to work.
Well, we had an office in Creality, and Scott went to go back into the office, and 2 people were asleep on the floor.
I want to be a part of this. I don't listen when I fall asleep on the couch. When I fall asleep on the couch at work for a nap on lunchtime, I feel like the biggest failure in the world. Like I feel like I'm just slacking off. So if everybody took a nap at the same time, I wouldn't feel guilty.
No, it's what they're all about. Even the chairs are specialist chairs for them to just have a nap all of a sudden.
That's so cool.
It is bizarre, but that's what the cultural difference is. They do it in Spain. They do it in certain places in Europe. Why wouldn't they do it in China? It doesn't make any sense for that not to. Yeah, Pez
I thought it started there.
Sounds like I need to work in China.
Yeah. Someone said, back up a little bit. What will the 20th bring from Bambu Lab? I could tell you so far, it will bring multicolor.
Let's show them.
It will bring a lot of poop. Multicolor. See. It'll bring.
What about this thing?
It'll bring quieter.
Nice
technology to make things quieter, and also as of today, It'll bring flow calibration like
That's so cool.
we haven't seen yet. So there's that. We could tell you those 3 things.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
there's again, this is really funny because some of the preconceived notions on people, you know, it goes so deep. All this stuff is like people are conspiracy theory. Oh, it's going to be this, and it's going to be that, and yeah, okay,
we love a good conspiracy.
We kind of know where they're heading, but even things like,
yeah,
oh well, they Bambu Lab have just discovered TMC stepper drivers, and I'm just like, oh guys, come on, let's be right up about this. Let's
come on now. No,
I wake up to this.
on that case, I think they're doing a good job, like teasing people on the rollout, right?
It's
amazing. And I get it, and they're causing attention and commotion, and if people are interested, and take 5 minutes and go look at the very first thing they teased, which was the AMS, right? The multicolor. All they said was multicolor thing or whatever, and look at the comments. And that, like, it's gold to see what people dream up, and I love
what
it.
They thought it was,
you know, yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's going to make
multicolor for everyone.
It is. I mean, it really is. I can vouch.
I have
that
theories.
It's multicolor for everybody. Now,
I have theories, but given that I'm on a stream right now with 2 people who know exactly what it is, I feel like I shouldn't give my theories.
I can say this was printed on a Bambu Lab printer.
That's the hands on that
thing. I can't confirm.
Out.
Well, it looks like I may have accidentally selected the wrong colors. I'm not going to lie.
I love this.
I love that. Hang on, let's make that big. That is so fun.
It's awesome.
That's 3D print bunny.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to see a remix of that with Totoro.
And that's on Maker World, by the way.
It is. Yeah, that's where I got it from. So I had a meeting with Bambu Lab today. Actually, can I tell you about it? Yeah, I can. So I had a meeting with Bambu Lab this morning, and it's all the usual suspects are in the meeting, and they were asking my opinion on what the Bambu Lab, because we've got. Have you got the new app with all the stuff on it, all the crazy stuff? Yeah, and you had to download the other thing to get the thing and all that. So we've got this brilliant bit of software, and they went. The only feedback, and I can share. Maybe I can share the feedback. I said, "Be more Bambu," and that was my be less something else and be more Bambu. And they were like, okay, yeah, we like that. And I said, you know, be the trendsetter, don't try and copy anybody else with what they've done previously. You know, you need to lead this, and then let everyone else basically copy you. And you know, a lot of this is some of the stuff is still kind of beta testing. You know, they're still messing around with firmware. They're trying to get the perfect kind of mix on various things. And
it's in beta right now. It's no secret. Maker World, not a secret. It's in beta. People have shown stuff already on it. That's not being withheld from anybody, like the other thing. And I mean, it's pretty sweet. I have it on my phone. I was just looking here. What I absolutely love is that I can go find the John, proper printing guy.
That's awesome.
Bam, hit it. I can say I want to prepare to print it. I want to make sure what it lists for me to print on before I show this. So
what
right at the top,
you
can select right here what printer you're going to print it to.
Okay.
And then you pretty much hit print. You choose the printer that's already set up in your app.
What level are you?
Probably like 0.
I'm a level 2 dragon.
What are we talking about? What is this, magic?
Whoa.
What are we?
Holy moly.
I'm a level 2 dragon. How many points have you got?
20.
Is that right? Yeah, I've got 20 as well.
I'm a level nothing.
What's your fastest speed on Top Trumps?
On who?
Top Trumps. You have Top Trumps, right? In America.
I don't know what that means.
Really? Oh my god. Okay. All right.
Top Tramps.
We'll save that for another time then. In that case.
Okay.
I mean, that's a completely different discussion if you're saying Top Tramps.
Top Trumps.
Oh. I don't know what
Tramps.
We got all sorts of people putting casting spells in the chat.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. I'm not doing anything I shouldn't.
I cast for your shirt. I cast fourth leg or second leg.
Yeah.
That's it.
Leg.
That's it.
Yeah. And at this point, it's also, what time is it? Holy moly. Well, at this point, it's also no secret that I'm 3D printing for a world record. Surprise!
Really? Oh, I never heard that.
Yeah.
This is the first I've heard
There's that. So I have lots of hours, a lot of hours into that.
I like that.
This is Baldur's Gate 3. I was gonna say, hey, checking the thermostat was better than taking my clothes off, right? Is that how that goes?
Fireball in the room, nice. Tripod. I heard it's taking an Uber, but we need to discuss that too. So I need to call Chris at Earth and make sure everything's golden. I believe he said the school is being really weird. I'm not allowed to get on their ladders. If they bring a lift in for me to put the marble run together, I'm not allowed on it.
That's
so
weird.
Like, how am I supposed to put this thing together?
Right.
But I think we might have an idea. The school might be on board with, and we'll see. And I think I don't remember if I showed it. Oh, of course, my little guy disappeared. But it's gonna be big. It'll be big. But it's
gonna be huge.
It's huge.
It's gonna be. Huge. I tell you what, it's gonna be phenomenal.
It is going to be phenomenal. Groundbreaking, phenomenal.
I showed this in a video I did recently. This is the 100% scale of the out of marbles, pieces, right?
Nice.
This is a scale I have to go to fit the marble they're requiring in it, the size of the marble.
That's insane.
So it's going to be massive.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
This is show you this.
That's awesome.
This is the prototype. I did not use my good filament on this. I just grabbed random stuff. But this is the prototype filament. I mean like base tower. This is the bottom part of the tower alone, right? Let's see. This is what the original looks like. So I can't. I mean, the tower sections are huge.
Sounds like you're compensating for something.
I am.
Austin.
The tower.
Okay.
The tower sections are huge. And
Austin Fraser. Yeah, I've seen you commenting on the videos too. I'm sorry I hadn't gotten back to you. Soon, now that the office is back together, I'm hoping that within the next week or so we can get the t-shirt stuff and sticker stuff back up and running, because currently it's still out of stock, but we have still been getting settled in the house. So Austin, I hear you, I see you. I'm sorry that I haven't not responded, but I hope that this suffices. There we go, done. Sorry.
No,
what's he doing? What's he writing?
I just had a fantastic shirt idea, so I'm
okay. All right, make it happen.
Writing that baby down.
Yeah,
do it. All right, you guys want to do some HotMakes?
Hell no.
Okay. Did you see the private chat?
Oh, hang on, I did not.
I didn't either. But this is while we're looking at the private chat, my little guy was helping me lay stuff out.
Amazing. Where is that? At your house?
That's in the studio, isn't it?
This is a studio.
Wow. Yeah, that's
and
where
I just
right
added I just added this room to the studio because I needed somewhere with big enough.
So much room for activities.
Yeah. You know what kind of activities there's room for? On the other side of said studio, this weekend, I built a mini Z track.
What?
That's cool.
Yeah. Now my little guy has
like I was like, yeah, I added this extra room to the studio because I really
bajillion of these little cones.
That's fun
on there, but that usually isn't on there. So my brother and I built this mini Z track this past weekend, and we're gonna cruise around and have some fun on that thing and race. If you've not checked out the mini Z cars,
sounds like you're cheating for death races, to be honest.
They're 120. They're 1/28th scale cars.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Jim or Sam was asking if I was going to show some of the pictures that he sent today, and I totally forgot about that.
I'm sorry. Set around but yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited about that. I'm pretty much changing my channel. No. Oh, I see. We're gonna share some pictures.
Yeah.
Thought I was. He asked me if I was sharing some photos. I thought I would.
No, I think he was. Yeah. There you go. That worked.
Nice.
Yeah. Sorry, Sam. I totally forgot. Let me get this up because you sent me a bunch of pictures from China.
Oh yeah, so there's a couple in there. There's one particular video that I sent you, and there's a guy to the left-hand side of the video who is looking so intense. So that's me with one of the directors of Creality. He was a jolly nice guy. He was the guy actually that I asked.
He looks really nice.
I asked him, bolt upright, why is it okay that Creality since 2018 has infringed on GPL licensing on both Marlin and Clipper firmware? And I just let that pipe bomb go, boom, like this. And I'm just like, am I going to get kicked out? Or is he? And he was so dignified and wonderful.
That's awesome. You definitely threw some curveballs.
Yeah, and you know, I think he knew if you're going to invite in, because this was a lot of firsts. So I'm the first content creator that's ever gone to Creality and filmed in an open setting like that. So no one's ever done that before. So that was pretty awesome. So that was nice.
Okay. Sorry. I got distracted. Yeah. Okay.
So this is funny because I'm basically helping out here and I'm putting the boxes the wrong way around. Then I realized my mistake and I had to unload that entire. I say to the guy, that's my first day. So you got Scott there on the left basically filming some stuff. And then we had another camera lady that was basically doing some stuff there. But yeah, I kept messing up, unfortunately. So these are the Ender 3 V3 SEs. It's a mouthful of a printer. And these have come from Wuhan. So what happens is the itinerary comes in as they've built those, and that will be like one truck will be consignment that they will fill a truck up and send it down to Shenzhen, which is a few hours away. It's a 5-hour bullet train journey from point A to point B.
Wow.
So this is them getting it out, and then me then obviously chucking the printers around stupidly. So hopefully you won't get one of those. It'll be fine.
Oh, this is cool.
This is the guy on the left. Look at the guy's face on the left, right? So this is everyone, the people who are like, oh, we've got a K1 and it's all out of alignment and it's not straight and it doesn't work, right? This is the robot that they use to straighten everything out and get all the precise measurements. And we've got Mr. Intense on the left-hand side there. And look how intense he is looking at that machine.
That is so funny.
Like, it makes me think like this machine has taken my job and now I've got to wear these gloves and I've just got to look at the machine.
I just have to watch it.
Yes, this machine aligns everything and then it whacks all the screws in, which is
that's cool.
Yeah, it's really good, really, really good. So that was that one. What we got? So this is the K1 Max. Basically, this is like the entourage that we've got, security and various other. It's the SE's the Sam edition. We all know that now. This is the testing lab. So every K1 Max that is produced it goes through a test. So everyone's saying, "Oh, there's no quality control," and blah blah blah. The thing is, they've put out thousands. They've done about 12,000 of these printers, and you've probably got 1,000 people that maybe have problems, right? I don't know, and it might be it's a hot end issue, or it's this, or it's that, and they know it. And as soon as somebody emails in saying we've got this problem, they know how to solve it. So I mean, there's some good rigor around what they're doing there. But each printer goes through around about 12 hours of belt burning testing, and then it goes through about between 12 and 36 hours of printing. Now, the really interesting thing about that is the printing product that they print out. That is then, because I was like, what do you do with the prints afterwards? And they were like, oh, it actually goes to the local schools. We send these out to local schools in the area. And I thought that was actually really well thought out. And I thought they probably would just chuck it in the bin and that would be the end of it. But no, they have a legitimate, process there for that whole thing, which was nice.
That's awesome.
There's Dora. So Dora is formerly of Focus. She was basically the glue keeping Focus together. She now works at Bambu Lab, and it was amazing to meet her actually. And when you talk to someone, you know what it's like, Jim. When you talk to someone you've got a contact for a long, long time, Spring and Dora and people like that that I've been speaking to for years and years and years, but not actually physically met. To meet her was just really, really brilliant, and she's such a nice person as well. Just absolute salt of the earth, amazing person.
Nice.
Oh, we know that guy.
There's me and Loverboy.
Loverboy in space.
Loverboy in space. Maybe I should get that tattooed on my arm.
There you go.
So this
very
is the
blurry photo.
We got Nick from Polymaker here. He got stuck in one of the tornadoes, and that's why he ended up streaming at Creality. So we got Zora at the front there, and a bunch of other people that are in the crew. We got Scott at the back there as well. You all know Scott, of course. You know, Sexy Daddy, as they know him as.
Okay.
Yeah, Nick is actually moving out here this month, isn't he?
Apparently so.
He's
going to move out there for about 6 months, I think. So we shall see what happens.
Yeah. I thought it was September. I don't know.
Yeah, I might need to get a hold of him because from what I hear, he's moving to the south, right?
Correct.
Which is probably not going to be too far away from where I am.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I believe he's moving to Texas.
Might be some opportunities there.
So I'm not sure if you saw that I left skid marks on the Creality Exhibition Centre's Experience Centre's floor.
Sam, how many times have we told you not to do that inside?
I know. What's even weirder is a few people have pointed out, why are you wearing a white T-shirt? Because that never happens. But hey, you know, I'm the biggest Creality shill that's going, obviously, and here I am wearing one of their T-shirts. That's the color of the day.
We want you to match. We want you to match the guy on the side there. So you're going to wear white now.
Yeah.
No, the guy on the side is what it would look like if I was wearing the white T-shirts.
Yeah. Me too.
So that was me coming in. So we were trying to do this grand entrance, and that's where I left the.
Why do they have a door that looks like a spaceship?
It's amazing.
What?
It's so amazing. Like it like opens the world, and you go into this experience center, and it's like, because what a lot of people don't know is that Creality do I don't know if it's on the next slide, but they do a lot of training and teaching for schools and colleges and stuff. So part of their this was that's CR10, that's the CR no, it's not, it's the End of 3 V3 SE. They do a lot of teaching, and you know, again, that was solid. That was like a 20 kilo.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah. So this was like there was this big printer there, and I was like, "Wow, what's that?" And they went, "You can't film that." And I went, "Okay." And I said, "I wouldn't film it anyway." And they said, "Why is that?" And I said, "Well, because the hot end is blocked, and there's no filament coming out." And it done this print fail, and I was like, "Oh, it's like 100% infill, and those things weigh about 20 odd kilos." So just to show how hench I am there, lifting that up on my own.
That is so funny.
Like a big boy. So this is the Creality Wuhan site, and that is a thing to behold. It's like the Iron Curtain, you know, a huge warehouse, and a lot of the space is still not utilized yet. So eventually, I think Creality are going to start moving into industrial manufacturing, and I think you know, basically printers that you can like walk inside of and stuff. That's probably what they're going to be looking at next. So you had the production lines downstairs across various buildings, and then upstairs we had like the filament elements, and then we had like specialist projects and stuff. One woman, actually, I was filming, this woman was like going nuts, and I was like just down the camera because I didn't quite know what was going on, and she was like, she didn't get the memo to say that we were coming around to film, and she was being super protective of all her stuff because she didn't want any leakage. So we had to be really, really careful about like who knew and who didn't know, and you know, all that kind of crazy stuff. So that was good. That was a good thing. But that's awesome, that place. So this is
what you were talking about.
Yeah. So there's 2 experience centers. There's one in Wuhan and there's one in Shenzhen. And this is where basically students come in and they teach people about 3D printing and how to use the printers. Their internal staff also go into the training metrics is there as well. But, you know, primarily, as you saw probably in one of the streams, a load of kids just turned up. There's a whole school that just turned up. And we're like, what the hell's going on? And they're there to learn about 3D printing. And they sit down, they build models, they CAD stuff, they do all that kind of crazy stuff. And again, I said to Creality, I said, this is stuff that you need to be talking about because we have no clue that you do this. And they were like, we just didn't think it was important. I was like, of course it's important. This is just like education.
These are things that humanize you.
Exactly. Yeah. It shows that you're not robotic. And, you know,
well, except for that one robot.
Exactly. Yeah. Our preconceived notions are based off information that's being fed from them. And if we don't know stuff and we haven't been told it, then how we can't second guess that stuff. And she was like, why are you taking photos in here? I was like, because nobody knows about this. This is awesome.
Yeah.
So
somebody, 3D PHB is asking if a future printer might have Sam's picture on the box. I think that scan of you should be the test print that's already stuck to the bed when you unbox your printer.
Maybe instead of the bench, you have to print a Sam Prentice head or something. Yeah. That could be the next thing. And of course, that's the Jerry.
I don't know if the bed would be big enough for that.
No, probably not. It wouldn't.
Wow.
It wouldn't be that would crack under the ego. Oh, here's Scott. Look. And that was our handler's little dog. And basically, we went to Wuhan, and Scott had to spend a few hours with the dog. That was Jojo, the dog, at our hotel.
I swear that was Scott's dog. The shirts even match.
I know, and
they were kind of coordinating for that day, I think. Yeah.
When I didn't have any context here, I didn't know what the picture was from, or what was going on in the picture, and I thought he was holding like a poop bag, like the dog decided to poop in the hotel or something.
That's great.
It kept barking. Actually, it was quite annoying. There you go. So I arrive at the airport and I see Scott there, like he's delivering milk trays. And he's there holding me, and it was so weird because there's people looking like there's two Westerners, because Westerners are between there, right? There's two Westerners and they're holding a picture of someone that looks like the other guy. And I'm like, what is going on? What is going on?
That's awesome.
It's very strange. Very, very strange. So this was lovely Holly. She's like a proper boss. I fell in love with her immediately. And this was her. She's basically in charge of the laser projects and looking at kind of 3D scanning and the other ecosystem things within inside of Creality. Cool. So that was I don't even know who took that photo, but they sent it to me anyway. So there I was looking at.
Oh, yeah. I see a little face here.
That's me keeping an eye on things in there, and that's part of one of the Creality offices. This is kind of like marketing, and again, there's chaos everywhere because there's printers all over the place. There's things being made.
Yeah, this picture looks like what CNC used to look like back in the day when we had a 10 square foot area to build printers in.
Never fall in love with a laser, a woman with a laser. No, I think you're right there. I think she was too hot to handle, that one, John, actually, to be fair with you, mate.
Sorry. I had to move. Oh, that's cool.
That's a Bambu Lab. Yeah, that was cool. That was a really, really exciting time, actually, because we didn't think we were going to see anything. We didn't think.
I like this guy's shirt.
He was one of the engineers, actually. He's a really nice guy.
Was he the guy that was body popping? As you said,
okay. That was Anycubic.
That was Anycubic.
That was Anycubic. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's me being all famous at the Anycubic booth at Formnext, because we went to see the Formnext show while we were there as well, which was kind of cool. So we went to go and see Frozen, Anycubic. There weren't loads of consumer sort of companies there. There were kind of 2 or 3. Mingda were there. And I got to meet Sam from Mingda. And again, the important thing about Mingda is they were one of the first companies that actually put trust in me to review one of their printers. The printer was dreadful, and the video was also dreadful. But I think relationships are really important, and they're trying to do better. And I met him for the first time. I didn't even know he was going to be there, and it was bizarre. I felt like Joel Telling when you go to a 3D printing show and people want to have photos with you, and I was like, oh yeah, this is kind of nice. Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird.
That's awesome. So who are these guys?
So this is the drunken mix, and you can see all the drinks there. There's Ben.
That face is iconic.
Yeah, 100%. There's Spring to the left. Then you've got Hursty, who's at the sort of top left there. And Finn is the Chinese guy, and Derek is the guy on the right there. And again, those guys were flown out for the Anycubic aspect, and I sort of gate crashed and just got drunk with them.
There you go.
We had a lot of whiskey.
Here we go.
There's Ben fulfilling his dreams of
Loverboy in space,
the most famous YouTuber with the least amount of following. And would you believe that was 20 grand that I paid him to actually have that tattooed on his body?
No, it wasn't.
No,
there's no way. He did that for free.
He did do it for free. Yeah, it's an easy cover up.
He did it for free and a go at the Bambu or the Creality massage table.
Well, what didn't make the cut is what I was kind of saying, that it's almost like making a wish for somebody, isn't it? Small incidental YouTubers funded by people who have got 5 million followers across platforms. There's me with my 15,500, and there's him getting a tattoo of my my handle on his arm. So I don't think I've won anything from that, to be honest. And that was the event. That was the Anycubic event. And there's a few notable figures there. The co-founders on the far right-hand corner there. Have you got any of the Anycubic printers, Jim?
Nope. You're talking FDM or resin?
Any.
I used to could have some resin printers, but I don't right now.
So I have an Anycubic printer that stopped working after the tornado, and I still have not gotten it working. So I have an Anycubic printer and a wash and cure station that's been kind of sitting there for a while.
Well, the interesting thing about their new line of printers is they've got a proprietary system on it that isn't Clipper or Marlin, and they are not bringing out the source code for it. And I think that's quite a bold move for them in that position. And I was a little bit bullshit about it. He goes, "What do you think of the printer?" I went, "Well, I hate the aerial that's on the front of it. It's got like a little antenna." I said, "I hate that. Why is that on the front of it?" And I was a little bit like, "Oh, and the cable is dragging down at the back there and it could get involved with it." And I was just like, "What am I doing? Just shut up. Otherwise they're going to send me nothing. They're going to send me nothing if I carry on. I'm just berating the CEO." He was like, "I'm just the CEO. I didn't design this thing, right?"
Right.
Awkward. But yeah, I mean, they legitimately are quicker printers. So, it's good stuff.
That's awesome. Yes. I'm glad you had a good time, dude.
That's awesome.
And it's good to hear that you had some pleasantly eye-opening experiences.
It's important.
Hey, there's Sarah.
Yeah, agreed.
Hey,
Sarah.
Okay.
Amazing.
Well, we're already at 7:00. Do you guys want to blast through some HotMakes this week?
Let's blast through it.
Sure. If everyone wants to stay a little late, we can knock them out. I have a lot though. I mean, either that or the HotMakes where Sam's photo gallery, and we show all of these next week.
Let's go through like 5 of them. How about 5?
5?
Yeah, let's
pick
do 5.
Well,
we'll do the first 5 on the list.
Okay, run it. Whoosh, go.
Okay. And HotMakes time.
Well, the first one on the list was tripod cutting some clear acrylic, but since we're cutting some, let me cut that one. No, I'm just
wow.
Tripod says he loves clear acrylic cutting on WeCloud CO2 laser printer.
That
does look dang cool. It does look.
You guys like
cool.
these? Do you guys like that brand? Because I've had a few people. Yeah, I've had a few people asking me about good lasers lately, and all I know how to give them is like Omtech stuff. I don't know what other brands there are that are good.
Oh, there's a bunch now. They're all. Well, I can't say all. A lot of them are Chinese rebranded stuff.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of similar housing, different logos.
Yeah, the one that he's using there is not a bad machine at all.
Looks like it's got a camera at the top, doesn't it?
It does. If it's the newer version, it actually works in Lightburn. So there's that.
That's cool.
But yeah, good stuff. Nice work, Tripod. Yep.
Very cool.
Keep moving because we're rocking. So a couple weeks ago, we asked people to tag us in wood stuff. If you don't remember that, if you do remember that,
we did, and then we disappeared for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Last night I was reminded how rowdy chat could be. Excuse me. It was amazing how you can be exhausted, hit that go live, and wind up having a blast with your friends. Here's a work in progress, but
this is cool.
Pretty dang cool work there.
Man.
That's really nice. That's really nice.
Detailed.
Yeah. Hey, Raw Nomi's here. Hello.
Yeah. What up?
There we go.
Awesome. Next, awesome auto by Fix'em Dude, printed at 322%. And now I'm gonna have to print this too because my little man will love this one.
That's amazing.
The dump truck.
All the dump trucks.
Dude, I need to print that.
Layers too.
He likes
Yeah.
Bloop.
What size is that?
Big.
322%.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? It's so big that it could probably fit on that new print. Oh, we're not supposed to talk about that.
I'll tell you what. Why don't we
print
next week? Why don't we print that on the new printer?
Do that.
Yeah.
Why don't we print that on the new printer, and I'll tag you next week, and then you show yours off, and I'll show mine off.
Yeah.
Oh, are we showing off each other's dump trucks?
We could show each other's. Yeah, we could show off each other's dump trucks.
We're gonna have a dump truck off.
We're gonna have a dump truck off.
Yeah.
Wait, a dump off.
Are we going max? Are we going max size?
We're gonna go the biggest that we can put on that new printer that we might or may not have.
Oh, is Polymaker gonna sponsor that filament?
I guarantee they will.
A dump off. There we go.
All right, I'm in.
Andrew heard me.
Size
thick.
Gotta make a note.
I have to. Yeah, I have to. Let me. Hang on. I need to open my Sharpie
and
make
what's
a note.
going on? Just write it down.
Dump truck. Dump truck.
Just like being in China.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Mr. Al? Just get on with it.
Yeah.
I don't know if
What do you need to ask your mom?
man.
Just write it down.
It's gonna take a while, so I need to get it started soon. All right, next we have Mr. and Mrs. Bambu Lab. Let's see. Boom.
Oh, Matt German. I know him. He lives in the UK.
Yeah, he's he was on the show a while ago, and he's like here every episode. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah. These are awesome.
That's
by the
cool.
way.
I want. Hang on. His design and model. I want to print one of these.
Yeah, they're cool, aren't they?
Yeah. We could probably scale that up and print it on the new thing too. Anyways, let's go next.
You want me to show it?
Had to do a little venting today. Llama says.
Love that.
This is wood, so it worked, huh?
There we go.
Nice work,
That's
Llama.
nice.
That is
Yeah,
nice.
nice
What
vents.
is it
I love
for?
the
It doesn't say what it was
louvers.
for.
The louvers, yeah. Well, it's for events.
Louvers 3D. Is that?
Yes. 4 days later, hot dumps. Hashtag hot dumps. No, we won't use that.
Hashtag hot dumps.
I love that.
Can we please? Can we please get a T-shirt
Nope.
that has? I want to make a T-shirt that has a dump truck on it, a 3D printed dump truck, and that just says hashtag hot dumps.
People would buy it.
I want a hot dumps shirt, dude.
I love it. I love it. All right. Next, Daryl.
Daryl!
Firefall helmet from Halo
This is
Infinite,
number 6,
but
by the way, sir.
But in Beskar steel. This is sick.
That is so cool. He does some cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Did you what is who tagged this? Oh, Fix Some Dude did. Okay.
Fix some
All right. And I think that's it. You said you wanted to do 5.
Come on.
There we go.
wait,
All right, we're gonna do more.
I got one more.
Fix Some Dude was tagging
This
us
one.
in everything.
Llama says, okay, hot coffee makes. Hashtag HotMakes. My favorite
hang
two
on.
making
I'm on board
items,
with that.
woodworking and 3D printing combined. Skip to 13 minutes to see the final result.
So this guy,
So we're going to do that.
I was hoping to get him on the show sometime because he does some amazing stuff, and I've been following his 3D printing. He does a lot of 3D printed like filming equipment.
Yeah.
And I really want to talk to him.
That'd be cool.
What's his name? Andrew? I think it's Andrew. Somebody quote me on that.
No. Alexander Chapel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Cool. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to go
That's
watch this
awesome.
now because I love coffee and
We might need
wood
that for
and
our
3D printing.
For our we don't have a whole lot of counter space at this new place, so this could be useful.
Ooh.
It's like coffee slides out.
It's a thing. We're doing a thing.
We're doing a thing, Mom. Mom, I'm doing a thing.
We got a couple more minutes.
Okay, that's
We're gonna
fair.
go with this. I made a sculpture based off of Archimedes' turbine. You can spin it if you find yourself drifting from daily work. Oh, let me turn that down. Check this out. This is sick.
That's
What
cool.
is going on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's fun. We got to print one of those.
Yeah.
That's cool.
On your broken printer.
She's just in the background. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No,
love this idea. It's on Thangs, by the way.
Was it with Protopasta? Like, was it working with Protopasta, or did he just put the logo on the back end of that?
Printed with Protopasta HTPLA.
Yeah, but it's just But there's the CM Design logo X protopasta. Like they worked together on this. That's what I was wondering. I was just curious. No particular reason at all. Just wondering.
No particular reason at all. The brand that didn't pay you to put their name on you.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. No idea. To be fair,
all right.
They did not pay me. They paid for the ink. I didn't ask them to pay me. As a matter of fact, I ended up paying them back for the tattoo because I ordered filament afterward.
Well, what the? There you go. Corey does a bunch with protopasta.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Here you go. Ryan, Mama says, did the original design with boxes.
Sorry.
Nice.
Ryan,
right, last but not least,
Ryan's got what you've got, Jim. He's got a new rat rig.
Yeah, he's probably farther than I am on mine.
Oh, I'm sure he's probably finished.
He might have used it. He might have used it to print parts of your Death Racer, even though the parts aren't big, just to mess with you.
That would be cool though. But no. No. Last but not least, paint versus plastic. One of my favorite Space Marines that I've painted did part of the helmet in white to try to make it look even more like a beak.
Can we zoom in on that? That's so cool.
That is so clean. I want it. What's the scale though? I don't know how big this. I'm assuming it's like Warhammer miniature scale, like that big, you know. But I don't know. If it is normal Warhammer miniature scale, then like that painting is amazing.
Yeah, it's Warhammer. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, I lost it. I'm gonna set Sam to bed. It's 1 a.m. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry.
It is Warhammer 40K, but I'm not sure. Good point on the scale. I have no idea, but I could tell you this is sick.
Stupid detailed. Stupid detailed. If it's that normal kind of like 3-inch miniature figure scale, you know, that is nuts.
Yeah, that's incredible, isn't it?
He's in there painting with like a single hair off of his brush.
I mean, there's his bush.
Uh-oh.
What? Boo. What do you mean, boo? It's right there. It's out for everyone to see. It's right next to the pot.
Need a banana for scale.
We do. Yeah, we need to put a banana in the bush.
Absolutely. 28 millimeters. Maker Millwright says, wow.
That is so small.
Holy. Maker Viking says, no, it's 2 a.m.
Well, I mean, maybe where you are.
Yeah,
some of us sleep. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to stop right there.
One more.
We're cutting her out.
I have one more.
Hey. Come on, we'll do one more.
So, Sarah, I wanted to show off what Sarah's been making.
Yes.
She has been getting into, I've been calling it yarning.
It's crochet.
Yeah. It's crochet, but I call it yarning. And she's been making her own cute, adorable little ghosts. And she's been doing commissions for friends and family and stuff with these tiny little, she made one that's orange with a little sprout on the top. She just made one. She's made one. And then a bunch of people were like, I want one. How much? It's so cool. They're so cute. Awesome. They're very soft. Wait. Are you ready? You ready?
Yeah.
I'd like to see a gym version of one of those with the long hair and all that stuff.
A gym version?
Yeah.
You wouldn't even have to crochet any of the hair. Just leave a bunch of like loose strands of yarn hanging around everywhere.
I like it.
Make a gym ghost.
Has she been talking?
You can pay.
Has she been talking to Lindsay?
What'd you say?
Has she been talking to Lindsay?
Has Lindsay been yarning?
She has been doing lots of stuff. She's been designing in Tinkercad and printing with one of the Bambu Lab X1 carbons.
That's so cool.
With a 0.2 nozzle. And
she designed that?
She grabbed a jack-o'-lantern, hollowed it out.
This is a mini house, right?
It has the little top on it.
Oh, it's in the mini house. I totally thought that was full scale.
She cut the top here. So
that's
it actually looks
like
a jack-o'-lantern.
A 0.2 nozzle? That's massive. That's cool.
And then
look at that little
she's like little crystal ball. Here you go. Now she's doing them in the pastel colors.
That's cool. Pastel colors from who?
That would be all everything she's using, all of it's Polymaker. Potions. Here you go. She's doing these little books. It's all.
Those are cool.
And then
Very
she
cool.
designed and printed. Oops. So much. Oh, she's doing that. Oh, here's her little ghosties.
Look at the tiny
She made
magnets.
she made the whiteboard, a magnetic whiteboard with the little frame and everything, and then she's making baby ghosty Halloween magnets.
It's so cute.
They are
She's
tiny.
great.
Oh, Sam, real quick, can you show us the cow again so that Sarah can see it?
There's a
Sure.
cow?
Yeah.
So I'm printing. I'm doing a big one of these at the minute. Single cow, that is.
3D Print Bunny made the like rain model, and you can put whatever figure you want in there.
So I'm doing a 300% scale on the on a certain printer that we're not allowed to talk about at the minute. It's 24-hour print to do the big one, and then I'll be doing the fix and dude hot dumps thing. Yeah, I made that.
Yeah,
Made that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the bridging on these things is just insane. Absolutely insane.
I love it.
So last but not least,
Even a little light in it. Are you kidding me?
she found these little lights, and she was able to design it so she could put the light in there. You can take the light out and actually shut it off, though, so it actually lights up the jack-o'-lantern. I love that.
That's so cool.
She's killing it with the Tinkercad. She's just going to town every day. It's something new. She designed these, actually all three of this, so that she does the lamp, and that's AMS style on the Bambu Lab. The backs here, and then the shells and the starfish here. That's actually UV cured resin inside of silicone molds.
That's
So
cool.
they're very tiny, and she's putting them in there, curing them, painting them, and yeah, it's crazy. I love it. Tell Sarah, I think she can hear us. Tell her great work on the ghosts. But I saw the ghosts, and I was like, they must be talking.
One I can take
She
home
made-
with me, the gym one.
Yeah, she's making little ghosties and stuff like that too. And I was just like, man,
You know what we could
ghosts
do?
are popular.
We should 3D
Hot
scan.
dumps.
We should 3D scan one of her yarn ghosts, and then I'll send you the STL, and Lindsay can print a miniature version for her house.
Yes. 1000% yes.
That'd be cool.
That is so cute.
Do it.
I love Lindsay's
Do it, do it, do
style.
it.
That's such good mini style.
I want to live in that tiny house. Yes, we all want to. That tiny house is nicer than our house.
All right. So next week we have a challenge
All
for
right.
everybody for next week, because we challenged everybody to tag us in woodworking projects. Next week we need everybody to tag their hot dumps.
Oh,
No.
God.
Hot dumps. I'm going to make a couple of hot dumps actually on my way in, I think.
Hey, I'm finished with my coffee, so I'm ready to
All
hot
right.
dump it.
Make a meal right. Thanks for that comment.
Hashtag hot dog.
Just quick, guys. Make a meal right. Thanks for that comment. Really appreciate that. Thank you. I don't know if I know you, but that's nice. Thank you. Thank you.
What comment? Oh, this one.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Nice.
Thanks,
All
guys.
right.
All right,
it's
let's let
super
Sam
late
get to bed.
for
It's like
some
after
peeps in the
1
chat.
a.m.
Sam, but so we're gonna print a super large dump truck for next week, right?
A
Yes, we're gonna
giant,
do that.
big
Yeah.
dumpy.
Giant dump.
Who's got the
dump
biggest dump is where
Who
we're going to go
can
with this.
Who
and
can
of course,
print the
the
biggest
next
dump?
thing I'm going to see you is going to be at Earth, which
Yeah.
is only in a few weeks'
Couple
time.
weeks.
We should do
Yeah.
a live episode of HotMakes there.
We should.
That'd be fun.
It sounds like you're going to need
can
someone
try.
on the other side of the camera. Hey.
There you go.
There we
love
go.
I will be like at Rumorf will be emceeing. We're doing the races.
As if they
And-
didn't learn their lesson
And
the
if
first time.
everything goes right, we will have a world record-setting marble run.
I'm so excited. It's gonna be awesome.
And
Can I ask one
We're gonna
thing?
see.
Are you going to be wearing a cape?
maybe.
I'd like to see you in like a red cape when you do that, when you do the world record.
You're gonna think
Heading
he's
up.
wearing a cape, but in reality, he just hasn't cut his hair in a while.
All right. All right.
All
We
right.
got to get flying. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We really appreciate it. Hang out. Thank you for hanging out with us. And
Yeah,
we
thanks,
will
dude.
see you next Monday right here on HotMakes. Sam, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I can't wait to see you in a couple weeks. I think we're 3 weeks out, right?
Let's get
We're
some
3
world famous
weeks now.
chicken, baby.
There we go.
World famous chicken. I'm gonna, you know what? We're gonna make some Sam Prentice Blue Ribbon Awards, and you can give those away while we're there. That'd be good stuff. But everybody have a great night. Thank you guys for being here, and again, we'll see you next week. Bye.
All right, later.
See everybody. See you.
Hot dumps, everybody.
Bye, guys. Take care.